In this episode, we talk about being conscious of our blinking and the blind dedication that people have with the brands they support. If you want to trash K-pop stands, you can contact us on Instagram, Twitter, or on our suggestion forum at tiltednotsir.com. Take a shower.
Hello, my name is Edwin.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Frantic.
And together we are Tilted Not Stirred. So what has you guys feeling tilted today? What have you guys been up to?
I've just been focusing on my class. It's been cool so far. I learned some basic hackerman things. I hacked into the virtual
You're a hacker
console.
man now?
Yeah, basic script. Hell yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to protect my passwords from you.
Oh yeah, I know how to get them now.
What can you hack into, or what is the real world application of things that you're doing?
It was basically just an exploit that we did, where there was like we did download this exploit and we set it to run whenever someone did like a backup using a specific condition. So when that happened, that gave us like full root access to the computer, and we were just able to do whatever we wanted.
So if someone backs up their computer, it makes an exploit into the
potentially
system? Whoa.
We had to download like something external, and it was basically a backdoor that was listening for the specific command that we ran.
Yes. Computer things.
Cool.
Yes.
What about you,
Cool.
Frantic? What have you been up to?
Well, like I told y'all last time, I was gonna go to Laguna for the weekend, and it was good stuff, man. It got kind of lit. It got kind of lit, and overall, just a good time. That trip was, how did I put it? I kind of used it the same way you would use an efficiency nap, where you're just gonna nap it out and get back to it. So that trip, I don't know. I feel a lot more dialed in since I got back, and so I'm just excited to see what I can accomplish the next few days.
You needed a reset,
A little bit, yeah. Just like a checkpoint or something where it's like, okay, here's a new mark, and from here on out, I'm gonna do better. Yeah,
That's good, man. I have still been waiting. Well, I've got news that I will start my job in June, and I'm very excited about that.
yes, good stuff, dude. Good stuff.
I'm signing up in the meantime for a bunch of certifications. Finally finishing that FEMA certification soon, or while in conjunction of working.
FEMA, what is that?
It's the people who respond to natural disasters. So the people that go into those areas and clean them up and look for survivors, stuff like that.
Oh, so it's like procedure stuff or what?
First
yeah, it's a national.
Mm.
It's a
Okay.
kind of like a first responder for disasters.
Yeah, man, that's
I want to finish that up and be so excited about it. But yeah, I played a game that you controlled with your eyeballs. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, you were telling us about it. What's it called again?
It's called Before Your Eyes. It uses your webcam to track your eyeballs. So every time you blink, progress happens in the game. And you're pretty much going through your life. You're going through somebody's life as you start off as a child into adulthood. But every time you blink, you go forward in time.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, and there's some times where there's a scene and it's really nice and you want to hang out with like your mom before she dies. You want to hang out with her a little long, but then you blink and it's over. And those are real heart-wrenching moments. Or you're there with a girl that you like and then you're like living that story and you want to know more about it, but then you blink and it's over.
Oh, shit. I guess it's kind of interesting because I don't think I blink when I play games sometimes, so it'd be really interesting seeing like, oh, I actually just blinked.
Yeah. So it's pretty.
Damn, man.
It was pretty. It tugged at those emotional strings where you're just there like, oh man, I don't want to blink. This is a perfect moment, and then you blink and it's over.
Just like that, in a blink of an eye.
See, that's why I celebrate indie games, because they push the medium forward.
Mm.
You know, that's like the thing that like, you know, a game you control with your eyes. Like what? Like
Yeah.
it just.
Would you
Oh
say it's
man,
a better love story than Twilight?
there wasn't. It wasn't much of a love story. It was much of you're going through your life and do you regret the choices you made?
So what if you just sit there and blink like 20 times? Does the game just end?
There's some portions where it starts tracking your blinking, and then there's portions that they sit you through what's going on in the story. Because if you sat there and blink the whole time, you wouldn't understand what the hell's happening.
I'm a compulsive blinker. I can't help it.
Oh man, I was trying to become painfully aware of you blinking or when you like that. That's wild. You just do it when you have to, but when you don't want to, it's pretty great.
Damn. Well, don't spoil any more of it. What's it called again for our listeners?
Before Your Eyes, if you guys want to check it out.
Sick. Before Your Eyes. Rightio. Yeah. So what's going on?
Well, I feel
what did you want to talk about?
I feel like Edwin just describing his love about indie games is a good segue into what you wanted to talk about, Frantic.
Oh, that's right. It's me, huh? That's right. So there's this thing that's got me a little tilted. Well, a lot tilted. It's like,
what is it?
The goddamn fanboys, man.
Fanboys.
Yes.
Okay, let's define a fanboy, because Jeff and I were talking about it, and you guys were talking about it too. Define a fanboy. So we'll all give a definition of a fanboy.
I would say my definition. Do you want to go first, Frantic?
Go ahead, man.
Right,
I'll try to pick it back off of yours because I don't know.
I guess mine is just blind devotion.
Mm.
It's just your company, your brand, whatever it is you're following. You know, you just blindly follow. Don't question it. You're just a fan regardless.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, a fanboy is more of like the embodiment of the stereotype associated with the brand. So if you have a certain feeling over a brand, the fanboy will be that brand because they just seem to, everything that they wear, the way they talk, the way they think is in line with the specific brand. And so it's like their life is the brand. And I think that's what a fanboy is.
I would agree with the blind loyalty to a brand or a specific product or anything of that sort. And people are defined by the brands they choose to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's kind of a disgusting byproduct of our society. But yeah, it's interesting how somebody would go and pay exorbitant amounts just because it's a certain brand and look down upon a certain other brand because, you know, it's not that, but it's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you can think marketing for all that bullshit. And I mean, I studied all this stuff, and before products were just made, and if people wanted them, good. If they didn't, well, shit. We'll just make another product. And then before you knew it.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So before you knew it, they started doing market research and like, well, what do people want? Let's solve a problem. And then now you're not really, I mean, sure, there's still products out there that are solving problems, but a lot of the time now is just how do we get our brand to become a habit and to become part of your family so that now you're just blindly buying the stuff without, like you guys said, without questioning, it's just a habit. You just do it.
What about angry fans? Angry fanboys. So I brought that up. Are they still fanboys? People who, like Nintendo, has 1 billion fans that every time Nintendo releases a product, vitriol from the fans themselves is spewed out into the air. There's absolute abuse, hatred. Every time a Pokemon game releases, Pokemon fans are angry that it's not the Pokemon game they wanted. So, how about that?
I feel like that's two sides of the same coin. Because the same people, the same people that are complaining are going to be the same people that buy it, but then there's also the people that defend it regardless of the faults that the game may have, using Pokemon as the example.
Mm.
So it's just I guess for me, like an angry fanboy wouldn't be like a stan, right? The diehards that will
Well,
follow it into the abyss.
the Smash Brothers community threw a fucking riot when uh Three Houses lady came in, and it was another Fire Emblem character
Life.
that didn't want
Oh
Blythe.
no,
Yeah.
not another goddamn sword character.
Yeah,
Jesus
another
Christ.
sword character, and the internet blew up, and the
Jesus,
internet was full of
please.
man children. I hate using man children, but that's what it was. People that were just too angry about something so innocuous, you know.
And
I
yet they fought it
understand.
anyway.
I understand if an adult is complaining over an adult product or an adult game, but when they're yelling at a fucking kids company,
Wait. Let's talk about that real quick. A little side. Is there such a thing as an adult game that's not overtly a porn game?
yeah, just anything that's rated M.
But the thing is, all the Call of Duty is full of kids.
Yeah, well, kids aren't supposed to be playing it, but they are.
Yeah, it's not the
But
intended audience, but it is their audience.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is mostly ran by kids. All these games that are mature and adult games have a lot of kid fan bases.
For sure.
So the whole fan base of Nintendo is just a kid game. Like, a lot of adults are there.
Yeah, but like in an adult game, like you're messing with things like sex and violence, like actual killing and blood. Whereas in Nintendo, like Pokemon are fainting, or like you beat a character and they just kind of like disappear. Like there's no blood or anything mature about it.
It's kind of weird. Is there any other generation that kept stuff like that along with them? I mean, are we the first to say we grew up with Pokemon and then we're just gonna carry it with us?
Oh, of course not.
A lot of the fan bases for Pokemon, especially, they're older now. All these people are older, and that's why a lot of hatred comes out of it. Like a lot of vitriol. I don't support it. I think it's dumb. I think it's really stupid to be angry over a game. You can just not buy it. You have a billion other games to play.
Yeah,
But
that's true. But going back to that blind dedication, sometimes, let's say that you follow a specific genre of video games, since we're on the topic of video games, like a MMORPG, and you only have so many options, you know, there's only a couple that are worth playing. And then you have World of Warcraft, where they do a lot of anti-consumer type things, but then since that's the game that you've been playing for over half your life, wink wink, our friend Alex,
that's the thing. There's
like you is that a
dedication to WoW.
fanboy because you know that the game has problems, but you continue to buy it anyway and give them your money as if you're a fanboy? What do you guys think about that?
World of Warcraft? I think it's just the PC nerd in those people.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a more dedication on the platform.
I would say it's a dedication to the game. It's one of
To the
those.
game as well.
Maybe it's the sunken cost fallacy, right? Where they've already put so much time into it that it's just like, hey, gotta keep playing, or else all that other time just meant nothing.
Or else the past 15 years mean nothing.
Exactly.
How
gotta
much time
keep
do you think we
going.
spent playing League of Legends, Fennec?
Huh?
How much time do you think we spent playing League of Legends?
Oh god, we just don't really play much anymore, but
in total.
I can't even put a number on it.
And it's a ridiculous
And absurd.
amount.
Yeah, it's absurd.
So, would you look at League of Legends and say, I'm never... Is that a different thing? I think it's different. Because I guess with WoW, you're going on adventures and stuff. League of Legends, you're just bashing your head into a fucking keyboard
with your friends. Also, League of Legends is a free-to-play game. Whereas
there's no subscription.
Whereas WoW is, you gotta pay to play, and then there's a lot of other stuff. But
all right, let's get off the video game topic.
Yeah,
let's
sure.
go into other fan bases. You know,
I think the biggest one that's in our every single day lives is Apple versus literally any other phone. So you got Samsung, Androids, all that good stuff.
All
As
right, roll call right here. Who's got what?
iPhone 12? Question mark.
how about a trash Apple, but I have an iPhone as well.
And I have a Samsung Galaxy S8, I think.
So
But
Androids and Samsungs, from what my understanding is, they usually have a feature way before an Apple product does. And then Apple introduces it, and then it's just like, hey, look what we got on our phones now. And everyone eats that shit up. But it's just like, dude, Apple's just, you cannot, like, how do I want to put this? Upgrading every year simply because it's the new phone, it's like not always warranted. I guess what I'm trying to say.
I mean, the same thing happens with Android. People do the same exact thing. But here's where I'm gonna give some. I'm gonna talk positively on these things on Apple. They present you with a product. You buy it. It works. And it's simple. Your grandma can use it. You know, it's everything that's there is tailored to be simple, to be like minimalistic, and that's their MO.
Mm-hmm.
You get a Samsung, you're filled with options and a bunch of stuff that make the operating system very a nightmare. You have to sit there and go through it and kind of understand it and put a lot more time into understanding your phone as opposed to Apple.
Okay.
That's where my positives on Apple end. You call somebody in a crowd, everybody looks at their phone. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you got people lining up on release days and things, and I would only assume that there's people that don't even look up the features on the new phone. They're out there. It's like, well, the new one's coming out. Let's get it. Yeah, you got that on phones. I think every single, because I studied marketing, right, and we used Apple a lot in our examples, and a lot of our professors would say, "Okay, raise the hands who has Apple," and literally, like 95% of people had an Apple product, or they had a MacBook, or they had something, and I mean, kudos to them for creating a system like the cloud that kind of makes it worthwhile to purchase more Apple products because they're all connected. But man, sometimes we don't always hold Apple accountable. I feel just because you're so entrenched into it.
Oh, like when they removed the headphone jack, those bastards.
People were pissed for like a minute.
I know. Now it's the standard. For no
it's
fucking
gonna be
reason.
the standard through all of every phone now. Everybody wants to move to Bluetooth wireless headphones.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I personally got trashed for, and an app, I'm not gonna name names, but I hung out with a family who believes Apple is the cream of the crop. If you have a Samsung, you're poor, and you don't know what you're talking about. And one of the biggest things that I got that they say they trashed Samsung for was the camera, and I laughed. I was like, "Are you serious?" And they're like, "Yeah. Every time you take a picture on Snapchat with a Samsung, it looks remarkably worse than it does on iPhone." And I sat back and I said, "These people don't understand what partnerships are."
Yeah, for sure.
They don't understand the incentive that a company has to, partner up with another company.
For sure. I mean, my brother used to have a Samsung. He has an Apple phone, like iPhone now, but we would go to concerts together. We would literally take a picture of the same concert, and when he showed me his pictures, it looked like it was a professional ass camera. And iPhones have good cameras. Sure, they do, but the Samsung was like, "Yo, what the hell? Did we even go to the same concert?"
I feel like the differences now are super negligible between both. Whatever you choose to get, all for it, go ahead, get it. But to be trashing the other side for getting what they prefer it's not okay.
Yeah, it's elitist too. Like you mentioned, just because they're all Apple, anything else is bottom tier.
Yeah.
And that's I mean, I don't want to say I don't know who did that to you, but I feel like that's a huge character flaw in them. Like they're validating themselves through a product.
That's a character flaw in all of us. Everybody has it in one way or another, right? Like I know I have a huge bias towards Adidas products.
Mm-hmm.
I just love Adidas products because the Nikes that I had bought, like in so many other occasions, have not been comfortable.
Okay.
Right? I got I got Ultra Boost, and then I changed my perception on what comfort should be, and then I was like, you know what? Adidas is cool in my book, but then it's also one of those things that I know I participate in this stupid ass thing. I still have no problem going to fucking Ross and getting Fila stuff for working out, but
Mm-hmm.
you know what it is.
Yeah, I mean that Nike and Adidas is that competition is fierce. You got like ever since Drake in one of his songs said checks over stripes, and that's what everyone uses, like, oh yeah, Nike this better than Adidas. And I don't know, do you have a horse in this race, Jeff? Do you care about either of those?
Jeff only wears Nikes.
He has Nikes.
I have Nike shoes. I have all of my socks are Nike, but that's just because the outlet store is pretty cheap for socks. Hell yeah.
Nice.
That's a recommendation, bro. hit up an outlet store for the Nikes. Get yourself some socks. Pretty solid.
Get yourself some socks at DD's or Ross. That's where it's at.
Yeah, get yourself some good socks. I would say I like Vans more. I wear Vans more than the other two brands.
Vans still own
All right.
themselves, right? They didn't sell out
Pretty
yet.
sure, yeah.
Because when
Should we?
I found out that Nike years ago purchased Converse,
Oh no.
that was one of the saddest days of my life as a consumer.
Bro, I was devastated
because I'm like, dude, that's all I wear. I wear Chucks, and now I gotta support Nike when I buy Chucks. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
So a couple of days ago, I kind of want to shift this a little bit to music. A couple of days ago, I saw a video on Instagram, and it was Billie Eilish having like tics. Apparently, she has Tourette's. I didn't know or whatever, right? But she was having tics on stage, right? And then the comment was, "Look at her trying to hide her tics. It's okay. We love you regardless." And I was like, she's trying to hide them, but you as a fan think it's okay to post them so that people can see what she's going through.
Right.
But you're saying it's okay. You're still beautiful. You're still great. And I was like, how does that make any fucking sense? If she's trying to hide these things, but you as a fan think it's okay to post them up there in like fan bases, just in general.
So
whenever somebody does something and it's just like, oh man, you're so great. Oh, you sneezed. That was amazing. It's okay. I support you. But like, there's so many mental like illnesses and conditions and all these things that aren't getting. Those same people won't appreciate for a normal human being.
Right. I think you're also touching on another thing where the fanboys and fangirls of artists, sometimes they're the greatest perpetrators of invasions of privacy. And they're supposed to be the ones that are supporting you, but then they're the ones that are infringing the most in your personal space.
Or they just defend
it's like
a piece of shit.
It's a double-sided sword. What was that?
Or they can be the ones that defend, like the Chris Brown fans.
Oh, yeah. They're also the ardent defenders of when they make mistakes and huge things.
I wish Chris Brown would hit me. The fuck, bitch.
Bro, clearly Rihanna did something to piss him off.
I mean, she probably did, but it doesn't warrant, the retaliation,
Yeah, 100%.
Jesus Christ.
But I hear what you're saying.
Physical damage.
Yeah.
Fuck,
that was
man.
tough. I mean, it's always been tough to support. Well, like even like there's Michael Jackson, there's a lot like R. Kelly, like there's just people that are good artists, but then they had a lot of weird
Kanye.
other stuff.
The
Kanye as well.
The Boondocks said it best when it came to R. Kelly. If I didn't want to get pissed on, I'd move out of the way.
There's like intangibles, right? Like we can't separate a product and a brand from ourselves, because if we associate with the product, then we are that as well.
You touched on Kanye. Kanye, it's no secret that Kanye, growing up and all of these, Kanye's always been my favorite artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kanye music has defined me growing up since College Dropout, all the way. When Graduation launched, it was the greatest thing ever. And like, Yeezus took me a time to get used to, but I kind of like it now.
We're there now. Mm-hmm.
Life of Pablo, all that stuff, right? With all of his releases, there's so much controversy on the person. On should we separate the art from the artist?
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, there's so many things that if you're a Kanye fan of his music is amazing. Everybody has a Kanye song that they like.
Hell yeah.
I'm willing to say that. There's a Kanye song that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Because he spans so many genres. He just defines genres differently every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But he as a person has his mental breakdown so publicly. And when it happens, he is coming from his side like he has a reason why he's saying these things, but the way he says them are not the same way that you want them to hear. You want to hear them.
We're like on different wavelengths.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he sounds just absolutely insane, but he's actually saying something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, living with that family, man. They're supposed to be getting a divorce, but I mean, are they? Did they? I don't even know. I don't keep up with that shit, but
you didn't keep up with that.
I try not to, at
like
least,
that.
even though people, it's on my feeds, called. It's topics of conversation, and I'm just like, God damn it! Like, why do we keep talking about this family? But
well, I mean, there's like toxic fan bases in music all throughout. There's the Bayhive, which is Beyonce's.
The Swifties.
The Swifties. I just became a Swiftie myself, like an album ago. Am I supposed to be toxic? Fill me in, anybody?
I feel like if you dig enough, you'll find a toxic fan base with everything.
Apparently, BTS fans are toxic. What's up, Franek?
BTS.
The BTS fans, bro.
Dude, them boys, they're talented. That's all I gotta say.
I remember I saw, it was like just some random post on Twitter where the guy was like, oh, a BTS of a look at this movie. And it was flooded with BTS fans saying, BTS is a band, not behind the scenes. Shut the fuck up. Stop using that abbreviation. It's our abbreviation. It's like, God damn. All right.
Yeah.
BTS, behind the scenes. Yeah. It's not.
And
can't just be your band.
In my obsession of K-pop a couple of years back, I found out that, the fanboy culture and stuff in America is nowhere near the fanboy culture or fangirl in Korea, and like Korean culture and Korean music, and you see the cringiest things ever, and people wanting to be Asian just to be closer to their idols, right? Like their K-pop idols. And every time you go on Twitter and you can be reading the comments and replies and stuff to a tweet, totally unrelated to K-pop, and there's always going to be someone with like a BTS K-pop idol like as their profile picture, and them posting a video of a K-pop music video. And it's just like, totally nobody asked for this. It has nothing to do with the conversation being had, but they're just like, oh, stream this, like, listen, keep listening, we can do it, take it number one. It's interesting because like their dignity and their everything goes out the window because of their love and obsession over at least one particular member or entire group or entire genre of music. They're willing to throw everything away, their culture, because I mean, the international fans are not Korean, and they don't promote their own culture's music that way, but they do it so ardently for someone else. And sometimes it's a head scratcher. It really is.
You touched on a point that I just linked. I linked it to the TextCom. If you guys could open that up, you guys can have vivid reactions to this.
Oh God, I didn't even.
There's a man,
read it. I just see
a Brazilian man who turned himself Korean because he's obsessed with K-pop. He's obsessed with Korean culture. So he had surgeries to turn himself Korean, and there's the result.
Oh yeah, so 10 plastic surgeries so he could look more like a Korean.
Yeah. I mean,
that's so wrong on so many levels. Yeah, I mean,
it hurts to look at that picture because I'm like, oh man, are you comfortable under that face? But you know,
I wonder if he can feel his face. Like, you know how like we're here, we're just sitting here. You don't really feel your face, but I wonder if this guy. I don't know how he looks now. How recent is this?
It was a couple years ago.
Oh, so I just wonder if he like even if he feels stiff in the face.
All right, let's do a little exercise.
Oh okay? No.
We're gonna be fanboys for a bit. There's obviously brands that you support that you really are a fan of. There's we all can admit to that. Say we're all gonna name one brand that we are a fan of, and then the other two are going to criticize our brand, and then we're gonna see if we can separate our fanboyism or accept the criticism.
Good luck.
Free chance to just be straight toxic for no reason.
Yeah, let's be toxic to one another. This is a tilted, not straight.
Oh yeah,
podcast.
you'll never be able to talk shit about mine.
What is yours?
All right, volunteer to go first.
AMD.
Ooh,
fuck!
You're such a shill, bro.
It's a computer parts brand for y'all who don't know. So there's Intel, Nvidia, AMD. AMD is a processor. It's a company that sells processors and graphics cards. So just to give a little context,
bro, is that your one fanboy company?
I could say that every other all agree that any other brand I'm malleable with. I guess AMD and Converse are my two brands that I'm like I will always kind of.
Are Converse even comfortable?
Huh?
Are Converse even comfortable?
I have flat feet, so no shoe is comfortable.
Arch gang. So with AMD, I mean, I feel like they're pushing the industry forward by introducing better products and a cheaper cost. So Intel is gonna have to match them.
We're supposed to criticize that.
We're supposed to talk trash, dude. Like
that ain't even the case anymore, bro.
The fact that AMD
you gotta talk shit.
So AMD has the best products right now, but then they're also charging a premium, and so they've totally gone against who they were, where they were the underdogs before.
And Intel is the one that's the cheaper, more bang for your buck brand. Funny enough.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
Yeah. So I'll talk trash on my own brands. Because Edwin can't seem to do it.
I mean,
you failed at your own exercise.
Damn, I did. I did.
Give me your brand, Edwin.
Is it a pass? I'll give you guys a softball.
Oh, I'll pass it to Jeff. All right,
I'm gonna lay you guys a softball. Nintendo. There you go. Knock it out of the park, boys.
Fucking Nintendo, dude. You know what's annoying as hell about Nintendo? Or maybe this is the fans' fault for thinking that Nintendo's it's a company that creates competitive games. And they're not competitive games.
Nintendo doesn't their online infrastructure is legendary because of
Being
how
trash.
trash it is.
Legendarily trash.
Yeah, it's just absolutely legendary. They don't like when they decided. I think when was it? After the GameCube, they decided they were gonna just do their own thing. Play. They weren't gonna bring you the hottest system that could rival the others. They said we're gonna do our own thing, and then that's literally what they did. And
Hey, it worked for them.
so it works for them
The
because
Wii was an outstanding fucking success.
incredibly underpowered and stuff, but
But a
it
success
was a
nonetheless.
success. Yeah.
And the Wii U, right? Yeah, totally.
Oh, that was dog shit.
Ooh,
Who?
what a great success.
That existed?
We would like
Yeah.
to play. Those are the
Dude,
greatest
they brought it-
commercials, though.
When that console came out, I had no clue what the hell it is. At first, I thought it was just an expansion for the Wii. You just buy the
Remember
gamepad.
Frantic owned one for 4 days?
What was that?
Frantic owned one
Oh
for 4
yeah,
days.
that's right. We were there. You bought one at Walmart, and we were hyped because we were gonna play Smash.
We were all super
and
excited.
Then yeah,
And you returned it, and we were like, "What?" And
we
then
never even got to
it was the
play.
It was the right choice, Frantic.
Yeah.
It was the right
You,
choice.
you dodged the bullet.
Although that console's probably gonna be stupid expensive down the road.
I just.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead, Edwin. Let's hear it now.
CD Project Red, let's go. Give it to me. I mean, that was too easy. That one, you said layup. You said layup.
He said a
podcast? I gave
softball.
it-
He just gave us a dime.
Yeah,
he
you
just dropped
gave us
it.
a
He just
fucking
he just dropped it in the lane for
T-ball.
an easy layup. Yeah.
Nah, dude. It's just a lot of companies can lose their way and leave their fan bases behind, just like that. And it's something that
I mean, we
something
we
that
touched on it on the last episode, right? With the sports franchises where they're built up by the fans, and then the fans are ultimately the ones that have to pay for
Yeah.
basically everything.
But if we're talking strictly about the fans, then I'm gonna back on the Dodger fans because God, they're the worst. But I will preface this by saying I think the worst Dodger fans are Raider fans, and I think it's really just the Raider fans that are bringing down the Dodger fans. But I'll continue.
they're all fucking
So,
criminals. All of
Years
them.
ago, during a Dodger Giants game, there was an altercation in the parking lot, and the Giants fan got fucking stabbed by a Dodger fan. And this dude was like clinging to life, and he's just now getting his like life in order, like fully recovering. And it's not even like a full recovery, right? It's just like a partial recovery. And like that's so fucking shitty, dude. Like, they're sports. Just because you like this different team doesn't mean you have to fucking stab someone. Like, really?
I told you, dude. They're a proxy to
So
war.
stupid. Damn Raider fans.
But
Wait, what was the Giants fan is the one who got stabbed?
yeah.
Oh, then that's fine. I just
Oh,
kidding. I just kidding. I wanted to be a
God.
a toxic Dodgers fan for a second. Yeah, that's god awful. It's like the tribalism and it's fucking everywhere, man. Like these first world problems. I don't even know.
I didn't want to touch on
Don't even know where to
again,
go.
but a quick sports thing. So I know. Okay, so soccer kits, soccer jerseys, they change brand every so often with new negotiations for deals, right?
Mhm.
So I have an Adidas Chelsea kit and I have a Nike Chelsea kit. Okay? People swear that they're different qualities and people refuse to buy an Adidas kit or a Nike kit, or some have started sponsoring by Puma and stuff like that. And it's like the refusal to buy a kit for your own club that you're so obsessed with because of a brand, but even then your sports team is a brand itself, and it's just like the mental gymnastics of being a fanboy is incredibly.
Ooh, I got you, bro. So
Let's go.
Major League Baseball, it's been like 2 years, I think, maybe 3, where they switched jersey sponsors. They went from Majestic to Nike. And yeah, I'm not gonna buy a Nike jersey. Fuck that.
Let's go. A toxic fanboy on his own. Why?
It's mainly because they're twice as expensive for no reason. And Majestic used to have it used to have a logo on the sleeve. It just said like Majestic. It was just like a little mountain that said Majestic underneath it. Nike was like, hey, we're gonna put it right on the chest. So it's like right above like the Dodgers. So you're just like rocking a Nike swoosh right above the main name on your jersey, which I think is kind of shitty. Like they're paying that much just so you can see the Nike swoosh. It's dumb, it's small, but
you're
I'm
like
gonna buy one.
you're like paying to be a billboard,
Exactly.
like a fucking walking advertisement for them.
Bro, soccer kids are the worst at that. I was gifted a Chivas kit. I don't wear that shit. Chivas is a Mexican soccer team.
What, you don't like
right?
Bimbo, bro?
It says Bimbo right on it. And if people don't fucking know what Bimbo bread is, they'll be like, "You a bimbo or what? Why are you advertising Bimbo? Why do you like bimbos? What's going on?" Right? It literally has Bimbo right across the chest, and it takes 2/3 of the jersey. I'm like,
yo,
I ain't wearing that.
That's funny.
So have you ever not bought a Chelsea jersey because they have a different sponsor on it?
Actually, yes. This current season has a giant shitty looking 3 in the middle of the shirt. It looks absolutely stupid. It looks dumb. But that's our sponsor. It's a fucking 3 that it doesn't even look good. So I didn't buy it.
All right.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I guess
and
that's
I'm
like
I missed the days where we had Samsung on it. It was cute. It was nice. But even then,
that was when your fanboyism for Chelsea and then your fanboy for Samsung.
Oh man, worlds collided.
Came together, and you're just like, yes, this is the perfect jersey.
Bro, even then, I bought the ones that had fucking tire advertisements. I had Yokohama tires on it for a long time.
That's kind of cool.
So. Yeah.
I guess the conflicts do arise then when you're against one brand and then your favorite brand does a collab, and you're just like,
You know what? I'm gonna shit on Super Smash Brothers fans. Let's go. I don't like them. They smell bad. They're a bunch of furries. They get irrationally angry when a new character launches. That's all I'm gonna say without getting really deep into it. I just don't like them, and y'all smell bad. Take showers. Use deodorant. Thank you.
Same applies to Magic the Gathering people. I know. We all know. We went to F&M's. Take a shower, guys.
And
Sonic the Hedgehog
who do I
fans?
signal out here?
Sonic the Hedgehog fans, stop jacking off to Sonic, please. Thank you. Bye.
If you're listening to this and you haven't showered today, just please shower, like right now.
Ah, shit. I haven't showered since last night.
Oof.
Our listeners shower. They smell good.
Let's hope. Hey, don't be those toxic fan bases. If you become our fan base, don't be toxic. Criticize us if you want.
I mean, our brand is literally tilted, not stirred. They could be tilted.
They can be tilted, but don't be overly toxic. Don't go sending death threats to people for no apparent reason. Like the certain largest community on Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv. Damn, dude.
All right.
Yeah, those fan bases are wild.
Before we end it real quick, I just want to just give a quick word about this pools, hot tubs, and beaches category that was just introduced.
Oh, yeah.
When are they going to find a permanent solution to this? Or when are they going to just finally say, like, yes, we embrace this?
I thought this was them embracing it.
This is them saying this is a temporary fix.
We're going to throw them in their own category. Yeah. I'm going to throw them over there.
Because they want to make money, but then this is also very edgy. Like, oh, shit. Like, this shouldn't be on our site, but it's making us money.
Well, that's the thing. It's not going to make them money soon because some sponsorships are already pulling off in these streams. They're like, hey, yeah, we don't want to sponsor, or we don't want to advertise on this channel because the content's too explicit.
Oh yeah, like they're not going to advertise on that category, but that category is what's going to bring people into the platform.
wouldn't say that. Or maybe it is. I don't know.
It'd be something interesting. I'll try to see if I can find this information in the next episode. I'll let y'all know if Twitch viewership has gone up ever since the category was introduced.
I mean, just chatting is still their largest category with 461,000 viewers, and the new one just has 10K.
Well, okay, so this is great because we're looking at brands, right? And brands sponsor Twitch streams, right? So that being said, I just tuned into a stream earlier that she was playing Dark Souls, but every time she died, she drank. She took a shot. Okay,
it's a hard game.
Eventually, this stream went off the rails, but these people are still sponsoring it. Right? And at the end, she couldn't even like say who was sponsoring it. She was saying, "Oh, well, thank you, G Fuel. You guys make fuel that's pretty G, whatever, right?" And it was just like really shitty advertising.
Yeah,
and it was pretty great. It made for great watching content, but
G Fuel's kicking themselves. But hey, you know, sometimes like a controversy and you know, when things go bad, sometimes something good of it could come from it. So, who knows how the fucking world works, dude? It's like positive things can totally backfire, and then totally negative things could be what sets you off. So,
do you think Papa John's is Middle America's favorite pizza now, or what?
Oh God.
Or the Southern?
I mean, given how he was outed, who knows? I can imagine there's some people who have that like connection of like, yeah, that guy he says it how it is. Yeah, I'm gonna buy pizzas. Yeah.
Oh God, the true toxic fan base, the pizza stands. Watch out, people.
Pizza stands, those motherfuckers.
It was them all along.
I like Papa John's as the pizza itself and no other delineation.
Stop. No, don't do it, Edwin. Don't do it.
It tastes good.
No, you can't say it. You can't say you like Papa John's.
Oh yeah, these are in no means
the thoughts.
These are not the views of the
Edwin
Tilted Not Stirred podcast.
Do not reflect Tilted Not Stirred. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Disclaimers.
I like the pizza. Yeah, but should we end it?
I think that's good. Yeah.
All right, so that brings us to the end of the episode. And remember to temper your passions.
Yeah.
On brands, on anything, on video games, on fucking shoes, on the music you listen to, on the porn you jack off to. Like, figure your shit out, man.
Don't be an asshole. I think if you could get anything out of this episode, is that don't be an asshole. Be a fan, but just because you're a fan, like, the person or brand you're a fan of doesn't owe you anything either. So just, you know, just take a chill pill.
Yeah, take a step back and look at yourself before you start criticizing.
Yep.
And leave Sonic alone, man. Just please.
All right. Well, y'all can reach us at our website at tiltednotstirred.com, where you'll find links to our Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.
Remember to join us to share your questions, voice your thoughts on what has you tilted not stirred.
Peace.